Hello there and welcome back to Building the Boys. We now have something very lovely that's been sent to us from our friends over at Rokr. And this is the brand new Viking boat. It's a dragon boat and it looks amazing. So this is fully mechanical. So all of these oars will row. But what I think hasn't been brought to is that it lights up. So this one lights up and I think it's going to look glorious when it does, because this has been quite polarizing. Some people are like, oh, I don't know about this one, I'm not sure about this one, but I think when this is lit up, it's going to look absolutely remarkable. I really do. It's an interesting build. It's definitely very different to anything Rokr have done before. But that's not a bad thing. I mean, variety is the spice of life, right? So let's see what we can do with this one. I'm really looking forward to building it. So let's get this one done. If you have any problems with your build, or if you've got any questions or anything like that, you can contact us buildingtheboys@outlook.com. We'll be happy to answer any queries or questions you have. If you haven't yet, please remember to like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's get this box open and let's get this one built. Okay, so let's get this one open. This is so much bigger than I was expecting. There's some massive box this comes in. But let's see exactly what it is that we have in here. Oh, so much bigger than I was expecting to be. This is a huge box this comes. It's got the carry handle on it. But let's get this open and see exactly what it is we have inside here. Because I would imagine, based on the size, we're going to have some fairly hefty pieces. And I'd be right. Wow, look at that. That's some cool colour in there. Wow. That's heavy as well. Wowee. Yeah, this is some big pieces. Okay, so we've got those there. We have our instruction book here. We have our inventory there. We have our large dragon spines there. Some rods. We have a motor. Wow. Some motherboard there. Wow, there's a lot going on with this. Got some screwdrivers, got some screws. Wow, wow, wow. Sandpaper, that's good. Like an emery board. Excellent. Right. What we're going to do, we're going to start stage one. We're going to get into this and see how we look. This is the first piece we're putting together. Now, this is quite simple. We're just slotting through these pins here to hold these loops in place. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this early is because it does say to wax all of this. So because this is wax, this now moves incredibly smoothly. If it tells you to wax it, wax it. Don't look at anything, I'll get away without it, because you won't. You're then going to get a jerky motion and whatnot. You don't want that. So that's why we wax. If it tells you to wax it, seriously, wax it. I can't stress this enough. The number one question I get asked is, why is mine sticking? Why is mine like, did you wax your gears? No. That'd be why then. Literally just a very generous coating of wax, exactly where it tells you to put it. You get this very smooth movement. You won't have any problems at all. We're going to move on now. We're working on piece H2, so let's bring that up. So next thing we've done, we've taken this piece, we've added these. So next thing we've done, we've taken this piece, we've added these two tabs here and here, and we've added two of the bars here and here, and we've added this black piece E2 over the top of it. What we're going to do now is we're going to take the piece that we already made, and we're going to add this to this. So let's just go and sit down here like so. Now you're going to get this on a table edge so we can get this to push through, so we can get that done. This is stage one complete. Now what we did is we put 6 of the 17mm screws here, 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 and here. They go in very easy. They give you the screwdriver to do it, so it's just a case of screwing those down. We've layered up these 2 orange pieces here, and we've run the lights through there. It's very simple, this. It might look complex. It isn't. It's really simple. You just lay the lights, and then this here, when this locks down, covers them over. So we will have a very nice kind of orange glow effect to this spine when it's done. But this is easy. This is not difficult. This has been amazingly straightforward to make this piece. I believe we're now moving on to another aspect of the ship altogether. So this will go to one side, and then we'll start building the actual body of the dragon boat. So we've made this section here. This is quite simple. Again, I mean, it's just 2 tabs that go and hold that in place. Next thing we're going to do is going to make the dragon head. So you're going to need 2 pieces here, and you can see there is detailing on this side, so that's the outer side. We're going to layer that over there, and this one's going to layer over there. And what we're going to do is using 2 of the 8mm screws, we're going to screw this together. So I'm going to get that done. Okay, so that's screwed together. It gives this very nice kind of outline effect. You can see that's looking lovely. Taking the piece we made, we're going to take our dragon head here. That's going to sit over there. Line up the hole, and then we're going to take this piece here, and this one is going to, if I get this the right way around, this is going to, well, we can get it right, yeah. It's going to lock over, so we're going to lock this in place with this one here. Just going to go that way around. We'll lock that in place. We're going to screw that down, so let's get that done. So we screwed this one together, and it's looking lovely now. You see, it gives it that real kind of outline pop, like it's been inked. It's gorgeous. Taking this piece here that we made before, we're going to put that over there, line that hole up, and then we're going to take B1B, and that's going to slot over those two pieces there, and then we're going to screw that in place. So let me get that done. This is what we're then left with. So what you want is you want it firm enough so it holds, but not loose so it's floppy. So you can move it into position, but it's not flopping about. That's how we want it to be. It's looking lovely. I love that kind of, the orange and black contrast is fantastic. It really gives it this kind of pop, almost like a cartoony look. I really like that. Really like that. We're doing something very similar on the next piece now. So let me bring the pieces over and we get that put together. So we've threaded this piece, very similar to what we did with the neck, but this is for the tail. So again, it's identical to what we did for the head. Now, the tail pieces are here, here, and here. Now what we're going to do is exactly the same thing we did before. So we are going to layer these up like so. So that one's going to cover over there. And then we're going to put this one over there. I'm going to pop two screws in to hold it in place. So let me get that done. Same as before, so you can see how that now looks. What we're going to do is take over this piece here. That's going to sit over there. This piece is going to sit over these two lugs. Push that down, one screw there to hold it in place. Then we'll have the head and the tail complete. Those are our head and neck and tail pieces complete. They're looking great, looking really nice. Happy with those. So yeah, we're looking good. I say I'm happy with them. I just realised I put that on the wrong way around. Time to flip that. So those are our head and tail pieces complete. That'll go the other way around. But that's them done. They're looking lovely. Now we're going to attach these to two of the longest pieces in this whole kit, which are essentially going to be the body of the ship, the keel, if you will. But both of these are going to attach to that. So this is done. This was really easy. So this is H8 and H7. Make sure your pattern side's facing this way around. But it literally slits over the lug on that one and the lug on this one, and then we screw it in. Now, the important part is when you put your screws in, they don't protrude from the board on the other side. Otherwise, you'll get the kind of bowing effect. You don't want that. They sit flush with the other side, so don't go all the way through. These will not be ridiculously tight. There's no need for it. So just make sure that they join and that's it. If you screw it down on the table, you won't go through any further anyway because they're blunt-sided screws, so do that. We are now taking that wheel that we built at the beginning, and that is going to slot into here. So let's get that done. So that is how you're looking. This is just slotted in, so I've not screwed this in place yet, but we're going to. So taking two of the very long screws that you've got, these are the 17mm screws, we're going to go all the way through there, and then we are taking one more, and we are going to go through here. So we're going to put those two screws in. This will hold all of this together. So it's that piece now screwed together. And this is sturdy. This is kind of the showpiece of our boat, if you will. We are now making the sides, and I think we're going to start the oars and whatnot at this section. So we have a lot of gears to do here. Again, we're going to bring the motor into play. Waxing your gears, very, very important. Can't stress it enough. This is what we've been up to. This is quite simple. You take your motor and literally it gets sandwiched between these two boards. There's nothing difficult about this. The largest screws we have go in there, and we pop this lug over there. It's straightforward. The gear is made up of two gears. So we have this gear here, which is going to go on the back, and this gear that goes on the front. Now there are arrows. Make sure the arrows are matching. They're both facing upwards when you screw them together. So two of our tiny little 6mm screws are going to screw that together. Taking this one now, we're going to measure it against the lug so it fits over it like so. And then again, taking one of the smallest screws we've got, we're going to screw this one in place. So it's going to go in there, and we're going to screw this one down. And we have it. That's that one screwed in, so that's now attached. Wax your gears. Seriously, your wax should look like that by the end of it. You should have a gear mark in it. Seriously, wax the teeth of your gears. It will help you a lot. Let's move on. So we've added the front piece to the motor build, and we've set it into these two ribs here. Now this is going to go into this section here. Now it's just going to match the numbers. So 10 is going to go to 10 and 10. It's going to go 10 and 10 there, as you can see. So 10s go to 10s, and that's going to be the order of these rib pieces. Because after we've done this, we are going to put in ribs 6, 7, 8, and 9. I'm just going to do it. You don't need me to show you how to do this. 9 goes to 9, 8 goes to 8, 7 goes to 7, 6 goes to 6. Self-explanatory. So let's get that done. So this is it with the ribs in. It's looking spectacular. So the engine just slots into the 10s, and then the ribs go in. Make sure you got them pushed all the way down. Now with the wire that we had from this one, you flow through, tuck in there, it locks into that wire holder there and comes out the bottom there. So your wire's going to come out the bottom. This is looking really nice and solid now. Now we're going to make some lower pieces, which are going to attach to here and here. Very similar to how we did the ribs over there. This is all marked with the numbers that you need. So you can see we've got 1, 4, 2, and 3, and we're just going to follow this along. We're going to make this, and then we're going to attach it to the nose of the ship. So this is how we're now looking after we've done that piece. So that goes there, and then we screw it into the front with one of the long 17mm screws. That's how we're looking. Now we're going to repeat the exact same process, but we're going to attach the piece to the back. So exactly the same pieces. We're just duplicating it and doing the exact same thing on the end of the ship. So we've done the back end as well. So now you can see we've pretty much got the ship complete. It's looking amazing. We're building the stand for this now. So there's the stand put together. It goes together real easy. I mean, this is just push to fit pieces. It's looking really nice. However, this is not just going to sit on here. The two long metal rods we've got are going to go through here, and through the holes on each of these fins, the rod's going to fit through, and it's going to hold up that way. So it doesn't sit on there. It's the rods that are going to go through. I'm never going to be able to film myself doing that because we're going to have to put the rod through each one and guide it through. So I'm going to get it done, then we'll take a look. One side on, I just want to show you how we're doing it. So we're threading through. So I hope this makes sense. So we're going through there, then through there, through here. And finally we'll have to lift up to get through that last one. There we go. Now we're through. We're going to put two of the O-rings, one there, and then we're on the stand. So we've added this extra wheel to this side, and the same one's on the other side as well. And now we've moved them and we're working on this ninja star looking thing. So this is quite simple. It's this piece here, which is G6, I believe. 2 studs in the back of it. Flip it over, push it all down so it's together. We're going to move that to one side, and we are working on one of the discs. We are working on P18, I believe. P19, sorry, which is this disc here. So let's get this out and get that done. This is looking pretty deadly. This is this complete. So we put this piece on here. It's looking lethal, but really nice, really good. Now we're actually repeating the process. We're doing the exact same thing again. So everything we've just done, we're doing a second time. It's easy enough. This screws to that, that screws to that. It looks really good. It looks really complicated, but it is just 3 pieces screwed together. But it looks amazing. I've got to do the exact same thing again, so I'm going to crack on with that. This is the next piece that we've built. This is the side of the boat. Now there are little gears. Wax all of this. Can't stress this enough. This is just a case of following the list instructions of how to put these in. So using the tools that you've got, it'll tell you exactly how. Now use the H board as well to hold these in place, and it all just pops in. So this looks complicated. It's quite easy. Just follow the instructions. You see all my wax, plenty of wax. You want lots of wax on this because these are your moving parts. Now this section here and here is not held together with anything, but we are going to use a screw just to secure those in place because we're going to add those to our main vessel. Fit our 2 sections to the vessel. Now, they don't make this overly clear in the instructions of how these go in, but you put these all in here. Now, if I show you, if we look down here, you're going to be sitting flush to the side. So you can see here, this piece is flush over it. So that's how that needs to be. And this one the same, needs to be flush to the orange. You've got these gaps here and here. Okay, next thing we're going to do is those big circular sort of blades that we made, the ninja star looking things, those are going to be added to the vessel. So we've attached our blades and it's looking magnificent. What we've done is the two arms that we made, those come up and go to the center. Using the one last rod that we've got, we go straight through the center, and this is how you are now looking all the way through the middle. It's quite, you know what, for a large model, it's actually quite simple, dare I say it? I mean, I've said that now, it won't bloody work, but it's been quite straightforward. I mean, it's a very big model, but there's not thousands of pieces to it, and it's been quite straightforward. So again, you don't need me to show you that push a rod through. This is literally it. Push a rod through, stick a washer on the end. That's all you're doing here. So that's been quite easy up to this point. Now we do all the moving parts. So this is going to be the oars. So we are going to start with this piece here. We've got some shield decoratives to add to this. So we're going to do that, and then that is going to add to the side of the vessel. And here we are with our shields on. Again, it's a push to fit. So these pieces slot on there, and then it locks in with this piece here, and then it just slots in. This is it looks really complicated. It's such a simple build, it really is. It is all just push to fit. There is nothing, complicated about this. There really isn't. There's no real complex mechanisms. Again, with this, it's just push to fit. And exactly the same one on the other side. It's push to fit. So that's what it looks like from this side. You just slot it in along these oars here, and that's it. We have two pieces to put on the front, like neck pieces, and then two pieces to put on the back, like fins. So we'll get those and get those installed. Our fins are installed there and there. And now I'm doing the wiring. So the wiring's quite simple. We screw this board to the H9. There's only one place for this wire to go, and it's in there. The larger one there goes in here. We make sure our switch is facing toward the back. And then we have our USB-C clip in here. That just gets held in with two of those. We have 2 feet, which are going to go either side of this to hold it up. So I'm going to get those installed, and then it's just a case of finishing off the base. So we're going to pop those feet in. That's going to hold this up. And then there is a lid that's going to go on top of it. So that's going to slide along with the wires to come through. So it'll hide away all this kind of gubbins. You're not going to see that. And then we have a nice Rokr plate to go over it. So let's get up from the back. You can see the pieces go on here. So we've got exposed to the on-off switch and where the wire will go, the charger will go. And then around the front here, you see it's all covered up. So you don't see any of those wires, It's all very nicely hidden. It's looking lovely. It's looking really nice. All we got to do now is put the oars on. So that's literally it. We're putting all the oars on. A lot of waxing involved in that. So let's see how these are put together, and I will show you how we do it. So here's how we make an oar. We have this yellow piece here. Slots into an F5. An F5 slots into an F4. That's the hook at the end. And the little B13 holds that in place. Now this is going to be, we can do this 12 times. We'll make 12 of these. Now these are moving parts. So where you want to wax is all of this section here. So this hourglass section here, all of that needs waxing, as does the tip of the hook. So all of the tip of the hook needs waxing because those are the moving components. And I'll find out exactly where these go and how these fit in. I'll install one and take a look, and then we'll get the other 11 on. Okay, now the good news is the oars come off and on. Because it's a big model, the oars come off that simple. So what you're going to do is these squares here, we're going to go through there, like so. And then if you look downwards here, there is a hole in the center of this pattern. And we just come up through the hole. And there our oar hangs. That's it. Now we've got to do that another 11 times. So 5 more times on this side, 6 more times on the other side, and then we're pretty much done. So this is it complete. So we've got all our oars on this side and on this side as well. I have plugged a USB-C in. We just got to see if it'll actually run now. So let's find the switch. I'm doing this blind and turn them on. There we go. So you can see the lights are coming through, but it's not going to, it's broad daylight here. So it's not going to look fantastic. We'll wait till it's darker and we'll get a proper look at it. But this is looking great. Look at I've got to tuck this bulb in. That bulb slipped out on that there. But there you can see it's doing exactly what we want it to do. And again, it's not going to move 1,000 miles per hour. We don't want it to do that. This is supposed to be something you can have on a shelf and it will just roll away, But it's looking, it looks great. It was so fun to build. I mean, again, it looks complicated. It's not. And I think once nighttime comes and all these spines, you'll see them all lit up beautifully. I think this is going to look fantastic. It really is. A lot of fun, hell of a lot of fun. Well, what I'll do is I'm going to jump forwards in time about 4 hours till it's night time, and we can get a proper look at this thing doing its bit in the dark. So as I said, I've managed to magically travel through time into the darkness, so you can start seeing this thing glow up. But to really get the effect, I'm going to kill the lights completely, and you'll see just how well this lights up, because the camera's not picking it up as well as my eyes are. In the pitch black, this thing looks amazing. Check this out. There we are. So you can see just how well this lights up. Now, it looks better with the eyes than it does with the video, but to fully get it, I have to put this in full pitch black. So the camera's only absorbing the light from the model. But it looks amazing. I mean, look at this. That's the effect. That's the lighting effect you're getting there. So we've got the head of the dragon over here. You're not going to see that very well here, but look at this. This just looks incredible. But that's what we've got going on. It looks amazing. It looks so good. Absolutely incredible. Let's have a chat. So that's that one built, and I really like it. I think it's fantastic. It has, I mean, like I said, I've heard critique of the oars, for example. The oars don't go fast enough. Well, that's the speed they went, believe it or not. These are massive oars. They weren't bombing along in this thing. The beauty of it is the oars come off. So it's quite wide. As a model, it's quite wide when you want to display it. But if you want to display it against the wall or on a shelf, you can take the back set of oars off and just have one set of oars running, which is quite clever. And again, I don't think enough has been made in the marketing about that light. You can see that light effect is amazing. Here's just a still photo of how good that lighting is. It's amazing. I love that, and more of it. If we can get those kind of light effects on Rokr builds, absolutely. I think it's fantastic. I love the fact that we can use USB-C to power it, so you don't have to worry about batteries. But at the same time, you could use a power bank or anything. You could battery power this if you wanted to, but why would you want to? This way, you can just have this on and just let it run. Now, I let that run and run and run. Now, with any Rokr build, I get a lot of people say to me, oh, mine isn't going as fast, or mine's got a jerky motion or whatever. Wax your gears, honestly, for the love of God, wax your gears and wax them well. And if you do, it'll be all right. Now, also, when you first turn it on, let it cycle. Let any Rokr model you build cycle. Let it do its thing. It'll stick, it'll jar, it'll do whatever it is, but let the teeth kind of find their home. Let the wax do its thing. And then eventually it'll run smoothly. So let it cycle a few times, and then eventually you'll get a smooth motion. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's not like this turbo motion. I don't think we need that. I don't think we do. I think it needs to do this kind of subtle thing. And it means you can have this on a shelf somewhere without being a distraction. It's just this very gentle sort of row. And I kind of like that. It's got the rotation. It looks beautiful at night. Absolutely stunning at night. It looks great in the daytime. In the nighttime, this thing really comes alive. But a massive thank you to Rokr for sending this over to us, because I'm really happy with it. It went together surprisingly easily. So it's massive. The box it comes in, as I showed you, is huge. And it's got some huge pieces. But realistically, the piece count isn't that high. It went together surprisingly quickly. It just did. There's the nature of it. It's almost skeletal, but it's so effective in how it works. I like the orange and black contrast really works as well. That kind of rust orange and black works really well. It's almost like it's been inked. It looks glorious. It would have been nice if they could have put options to make it go faster. I think if you could have turned the speed up, that would have made a lot of people happier. I'm fine with the speed it's at, but I know some people aren't. They wanted it going faster. Okay. But what I will say is, I think for me personally, I think it's bang on. I think it looks great as the boat rowing with the gears turning and those big blades and the dragon skull and the spine lit up. Fantastic. Really good. I love a Rokr build, I really do. It was a lot of fun, and it's a one-day build. You can build that in a day if you wanted to, or you can spread it over a few days, but it's a lot of fun. That's all from me. If you have any questions, please email us at buildingtheboys@outlook.com. We have got a whole playlist of Rokr builds. So if there's any Rokr build you're currently working on, and Roll Life builds as well, If there are any Rokr Royal Off builds you're currently working on, you're a bit stuck, you don't know where it is, go take a look. You never know, the answer might be there. If in the video there is anything you don't see that you wanted to know about this one or any of the other ones, just email me. If I can help, I'll help. But if you're going to, send me pictures, because I get a lot of emails saying, it says I've got to put B16 in G12. How do I do that? And I'm like, I don't know. I built that 3 years ago. I'm going to see some pictures. So please send some pictures. That's all from me. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. We'll be back very soon, more from Building the Boys. Take care, and I will see you soon.